To get things underway and to officially welcome you here this night, can you please put your hands together and welcome the Chairman of the Football Club, the Honourable John Olsen AO.
Thank you, Mark. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very unique night. And as Mark has said, only the second time in the club's history as we confer our most prestigious award, entry into the Adelaide Football Club Hall of Fame. Tonight we will highlight our journey and reminisce over 3 decades of achievements of this club. And football clubs are made of people, players, coaches, staff, sponsors, volunteers, members and fans. All make up the football family, the Crows family. And endorsing Mark's remarks earlier, can I also welcome all of those that have stuck with us through COVID last year and are online streaming the proceedings here tonight. Welcome to you to the Adelaide Football Club Hall of Fame. Let me at the outset acknowledge 2 who have recently been honoured, trailblazers for the Adelaide Footy Club. The inaugural women's coach, Beck Goddard, and former women's co-captain, Erin Phillips. Please join me in congratulating them for their inclusion in the recent Queen's Birthday Honours list. They are role models for a generation of young women. The 4 inductees to be announced tonight have had a profound impact and influence on our club and Aussie rules, and certainly deserve a place in the Hall of Fame to join the inaugural 8 members of the Hall of Fame. On behalf of the club, I welcome Katrine Hilliard, representing the Leader of the Opposition, our patron Rob Gerard, past Chairman Rob Chapman, Chair of the SAMFL Commission Rob Kerrin. Toyota, I want to especially mention as well. Toyota have been with us from day one as a sponsor of this club. 30 plus years as a sponsor of a club is an outstanding achievement. Thank you, Toyota, for your loyalty and achievement to this football club. The inductees, their families and friends, welcome, and we trust you have a great night with us. The Adelaide Football Club is the biggest sporting brand in this state and has had a special place in the psyche of South Australia for some 30 years. It's part of this state's social fabric. And there's no better example of that than in the 90s, when the state psyche was traumatised by drought, population exodus, and the state bank collapse. And it should not be underestimated how the back-to-back grand finals, those wins, restored hope, confidence and pride. It lifted the state's spirits. It was the Adelaide Football Club that closed King William Street when tens of thousands turned out to celebrate the 97 and 98 wins. And it was the Adelaide Football Club that drew at the time a record 53,000 people to the Women's Grand Final at Adelaide Football Club. Our players are role models for young kids to play sport, lead healthy lifestyles, and that makes us a better place. Our code is being asked to do more with less as we move beyond a winter sport with year-round games, but for a gap in October. And I want to shout out to our administration and thank them. Staff down by 40% and still meeting the ever-changing challenges of COVID and making sure our club continues in the positive trajectory that it is. And the same with our coaches, our players, who are managing scheduling upheaval, game preparation disruption, sometimes only a few days before the game, yet still turning in season to make us proud of their performance. Change is inevitable, and our club continues to evolve. Much has changed since the 90s, when Bill Sanders, Neil Curley and Graham Corns worked from an ATCO hut and laid the foundation for what we have today. Our journey has had incredible highs and some low points, but we've come together for 4 premierships from 6 grand finals. We have Brownlow, Norm Smith, Coleman and women's best and fairest medals. We have, since inception, 30 All-Australian selections with 22 men and 8 women. Yet, we have never lost perspective and forged stronger connection when forced to confront tragic off-field circumstances, handled in the most professional and compassionate way, which brought credit to this club, not only here in Adelaide and South Australia, but across the country. And my predecessor, Rob Chapman, and the team did the club proud during those circumstances. All of these circumstances weave their way into the fabric of this club, its reputation, its standing in the community, its goodwill, and give our fans pride to say, I'm a supporter of the Adelaide Football Club. Once again, we're in a period of transformation on and off the field. We've gone from 1 to 3 teams, outgrown our West Lakes home, and now embark on a journey for a new location with state-of-the-art facilities for our team, members and fans, and importantly, showcase our history and our heritage. Our playing list rebuild is gathering momentum, and we're seeing very encouraging signs. Our players' grit, intensity and determination are a credit to the team and the club. And the commitment of senior leaders in mentoring and encouraging the best from the young squad gives budding talent the confidence to pursue their dream of playing AFL. Patience required, but we are on a good journey. As a foundation member of the women's competition in this country, our club is determined to remain at the forefront, and appropriately, we've established a framework for women's players to qualify for life membership of the club. Tonight is about reflecting on the past. The inductees' criteria must have a profoundly positive influence on the club, which includes outstanding service and contribution, individual record, ability, integrity, leadership, courage, in addition to a number of games and perhaps years of service to the club. And I'd like to acknowledge and thank the Hall of Fame selection panel chaired by John Reid, comprising Adrian Sutter, John Condon, Trevor Jakes and Rod Jamieson. The 4 inductees tonight join Bob Hammond, Bill Sanders, Malcolm Blight, Tony Modra, Mark Prosciutto, Simon Goodwin, Ben Hart and Andrew McLeod. We should never forget where we've come from, for our past is a signpost to the future. We'll hear stories and reflections from the people who have built this club from the ground up and played key roles in some of our proudest moments. Examples, I might add, for our current players who are showing great promise as to our future. Tonight, we will strengthen the bonds we all share as members of the Adelaide Football Club. Thank you for attending, thank you for supporting this special night, and thank you for supporting the best sporting brand in South Australia. Enjoy the evening.